Campaign, Wolf, you're talking about humanizing your candidate. You're dehumanizing him. You're making him look in all the mirrors, and it actually hurts. James is right. The big problem in this country is getting the economy going again. There's a fire, put it out. Nobody much cares really about whether the fireman is their best friend or not, but they do want to know if they can trust him. And that's what's important. And he'll do that by speaking honestly and directly, not warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, he's not. And also self-defeating to a guy to say, look, people think you're a jerk. Now go out there and prove that you're not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my advice to him would be advice they gave me when I first started going on television. Just be yourself. Don't worry so much about the camera, because he is a charming guy, an intelligent guy. Behind the scenes, he's a funny guy. In small groups, I've gotten to see him. But when he gets in front of that camera, he stiffens up a little bit. Let Mitt be Mitt, if you will.
I'll tell you a story. The first time I ever met Mitt Romney, I was in his kitchen. He says, Alex, Mitt Romney, good to see you, good to see you. I'd like you to meet my wife, Ann. And I'd like you to meet my other wife, Beth. It was his campaign manager. I said, oh, he's got a great sense of humor. He's a delight to be with.
Yeah,
doesn't come through.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, because he does not very good publicly doing these kinds of things. He's not very comfortable revealing himself. All he needs to do tonight is a simple thing. I understand what's going on, and I understand how to fix it. And if he gets that done, he's done a lot.
When Ronald Reagan was running against an incumbent president, Jimmy Carter, back in 1980, he asked these series of questions. Let me play the clip, because on the other side, I'm going to ask both of you if Mitt Romney should do the same thing right now.
I think when you make that decision, it might be well if you would ask yourself, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Is it easier for you to go and buy things in the stores than it was 4 years ago? Is there more or less unemployment in the country than there was 4 years ago? Is America as respected throughout the world as it was? Do you feel that our security is as safe, that we're as strong as we were 4 years ago? And if you answer all of those questions yes, why then I think your choice is very obvious as to who you'll vote for.
Is that a series of questions that Mitt Romney should be asking right now?
No. But let me tell you, that the Obama people may just put them up there and say, okay, they want you to go back to 4 years ago. They think that was the golden time in America. Well, let me tell you what was happening. GM was going broke. Bin Laden was running around. There was a financial crisis. The stock market was down. Have we made not satisfactory progress? Yes. But if their idea is where they want to go is to some golden time 4 years ago, I think that would be a big mistake. And I mean that. They'll leave that alone, because that's a question that they can answer too well.
Well, we agree on that. But that's not what they're saying, go back to 4 years ago. They're saying move ahead. You're not better off you were 4 years ago. I'll tell you, last night CNN did a focus group, undecided voters. Tom Foreman and the Undecideds. It sounds like a rock band. And you know the line that scored the best for Paul Ryan in his speech? Why would you be any better off the next 4 years than you've been the past 4? That was a winner. It shouldn't be just a line in Mitt Romney's speech tonight. That should be his whole speech.
He was paraphrasing Ronald Reagan's line. When I heard that, I thought the same thing.
Exactly.
The different thing Reagan asked. He asked 4 years ago. Now, if you want to put it in the future, and I think that's a question that President Obama's got to answer at our convention, is what's his plan to make the next 4 years better? That's very fair. But when people talk about here that there was a time when America was this, there are a lot of people in America that feel like they weren't included in that time. And that is a dangerous game that the Republicans are playing, and they play it too much.
We're asking, why would the next 4 years be any better than the last?
That's what Reagan
asked. That's different. No, but that's what Paul Ryan asked last night. And that's where this campaign is going, why we have a shot.